Welcome back, Dollies. I'm
Hello,
Sierra.
I'm Alyssa. Welcome
And
back to the Dialogue Jaws podcast.
we're sure you've been here for a while with us, but if you're new, welcome back. And let's jump into it. How was your week?
My week was good. It was back to work after Thanksgiving break, so just getting back into that. But we're looking forward to Christmas break off of work, so that's keeping me going. I don't think anything special really happened this week other than same old routine. Got myself a nice coffee today. This is as exciting as it's gotten so far.
Nothing new at the apartment.
Nothing new, not that I can think of. Do you know, like, can you remember if I've like said anything that's happened this week? Not
I
really,
feel
right?
like you've just kind of had a tired week.
Yeah. It was just like trying to get back to work after like being off, having a long weekend. So not much really
Yeah, I was
happened.
trying to think like if there's anything new with Serena,
I
but
know,
I think
nothing.
everything's just floating along.
Yeah, we're just chugging along. Today we're having our cozy morning in our pajamas. I love your pajamas. I wish I had Christmas ones. I don't. I have like sets like this, but they're not Christmassy.
Well, maybe I need to buy you some when they go on sale, or I'll go to the thrift store and find you some. These are
Yeah.
from the thrift store because we've had the same Christmas pajamas since my son was born, because he was 8 months old for his first Christmas, and 7 or 8 months. And ours are like, I still wear mine. P usually only wears his around the holidays. So his are still in pretty good condition, but I'm like, mine are kind of getting beat. And in all the Christmas mornings, I'm like, okay, we need some new pajamas because he gets new ones
Yeah.
every year,
Yeah.
obviously, since he outgrows them. And so I'm like, okay, I think we need some new ones. So I took him to the thrift store this week and I was like, let's see what they got. Because I was going to look like new or see if Target had any sales because these are from Target, just like my other ones.
Yeah, cute.
And peas too. They're also from Target, the second ones I got him.
Score.
So, and they were 9.99 each at the thrift store and they're like hardly worn. Peas have like little modular RVs on them.
Cute. I love.
So,
Yeah, I feel like Christmas pajama sets can be kind of pricey, so I don't blame you, which is probably why I don't have any because me.
yeah, you
I
don't
thought
really
that
need
I
them.
did have some, but I maybe I donated them or got rid of them because I think they're from years ago. I don't remember actually because we did me and my family did a Christmas picture one year a long time ago and we all got the same pajamas.
I'm trying to remember it.
It was so long ago. So yeah, I'll have to I've been wanting to go to Goodwill and look around.
The
But what
good
has
one.
been happening in your week?
Whew, let me rewind. Just yesterday was a busy day because we had IKEA Santa. I thought it was cute. They do like a little activity where you see Santa. And I thought it was going to be, I don't know, I was kind of on the fence about the Santa thing. Like, should I lean into it? I don't want to feel like I'm lying. But I'm like, I want him to have the magic. Like, I remember,
Yeah.
and I still, when I watch those Christmas movies like Elf, I'm like, if I believe Santa can fly, if I believe.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
we're going into it.
I
Not
gotta
too
see.
hard. I'm not doing Elf on the Shelf. Never will catch me doing that. Can't stand it. Sorry for
Yeah,
everybody
that's
that
so
loves it.
interesting. I don't know if I necessarily understand it,
Creeps
but
me out.
so many people do it.
It's literally like, see, I don't like this thing. This is just, I do not like, and I think that's why I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth in parenthood for Santa because people use it as like, you're not being good. I'm gonna call Santa.
Hmm.
Or
Yeah,
like he's watching you.
yeah,
Like I don't want that, and that always creeped me out. Like he's watching you all the time.
yeah.
So, did not love that. And I do not love, so the Elf on the Shelf, from my understanding, now I've never owned one, but when we traveled with my nieces and nephews and I was pregnant, we went to, and remember, and I got food poisoning in
Hmm.
Pahrump, they had their elf on the shelf. So in a family, some people just do one elf for multiple kids. Most people get an elf for each of their children. And they have to be doing different this is the thing I don't get. The elves are doing naughty things all the time. Like people make it funny, which is great, good for them, but like they stay up late and they reposition it and like they make it funny. and like they literally make it like people like open the dishwasher and like make a huge mess out of the dishwasher and they're like the elves had a car wash like and then you can't the kids can't touch the elf. Nobody can touch the elf because it will take away its magic, but it reports back to Santa. So like if things aren't going well at home, the elf's gonna report. Snitch.
Interesting.
So
It should.
so
Maybe
no
we get
offense
to
if
the
you
beach.
do that, that's up to you, but we sure as heck are not doing it.
Yeah, that's a lot of work too.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, and then the cleanup, like I already got to clean up.
Yeah,
My
for
kid
real.
makes enough mess for 4 kids, so I'm no, thank you.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I don't love the using Santa Claus as a way to get your kid to behave.
And like you know they're gonna get all the big presents anyway, so why are you even lying to them?
Exactly. Exactly. I get it.
So, so yeah, we did IKEA Santa, and Arkham has always been like his first Christmas. My dad dressed up as Santa, and he was
Mm,
not scared at all, obviously, because he was an infant. And then like the second Christmas, I think same thing, kind of like, oh, this is kind of fun. Like, okay, cool. Like kind of like looking at him, but like, but
yeah.
then it's gone like progressively more like,
Like, who the heck
who
are
are
you?
you? And like he sees them, he loves like trash for Christmas and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like, do you have any questions for Santa? Do you have any? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, do you want to ask him? And then he was just kind of like, "Hmm."
No.
So
Abrupt.
whenever he writes a note to him, he's just like, Happy New Year. I hope you always remember this. And like, happy
Cute.
day. So he just wants Santa to be happy.
Cute.
Um, and the
That.
Santa yesterday was cute. Like he wasn't like pushing it. He wasn't creepy, like putting kids on his lap or anything. Like he was like, just sit next to me if you want to, you know? And he's like, you can
Yeah.
scoot over if you want. And Arkham was kind of like,
I'm good here.
and
He did.
so, and then last night was the parade, which was super cute. We have a great parade. Apparently last year was the first year which we went, that was our first Christmas parade here, was last year. But last year was apparently the first time they had done it at night. And it was like
Oh,
hopping. But it wasn't that bad. Like everything in here, when it's busy, it's nothing compared to busy in California.
hmm.
But last night, it was so hard. It was confusing. They had streets that shouldn't have been blocked off, blocked off. It was very weird, so it was hard to find parking.
Yeah.
And then downtown already doesn't have super a lot of street parking. So it was interesting, but we're like, next year we know a little better if they don't
Right.
change the route. But it was great. It's like a 30-minute, like, if you're just sitting in one place, it's like 30 minutes of vehicles. They have the whole Corvette
Ooh,
club. It's cute.
that is so cute. Oh, that
So
sounds productive and festive. We
festive
can
for
enjoy
sure.
it so far.
And then we're making progress in the kitchen.
I know.
We've got
I'm excited.
one cabinet, the pantry cabinet, fully installed.
That's so exciting.
Um, Not the doors. The doors are a little cracked, so he's fixing that on them. Right now, he's currently working on all the plumbing for the sink, so I'm hoping that maybe by in a day or two, I will have a sink in the kitchen because I'm so tired of watching washing things in the tub.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I really miss the sink.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sure.
But yeah, otherwise, I can't even think. Every day this week, I think I've pretty much taken Arkham to like do things. I'm trying to like get out, even though it's winter. Like, okay, we're going to the library, and then
Yeah,
we're gonna do this, and then we can come home and you can chill and do whatever.
yeah.
So we've been pretty productive. Also, something exciting about Arkham is that he sounded out a word by himself this week, like unprompted. So that was
That is
really
amazing.
exciting. The word was suffering, but that's okay. Like, what a word. What a
Out of
first
all
word to
the
read.
words. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. He's literally a little genius. Couldn't be prouder
And yeah, Greta, I washed her bed, put a new cover on her bed. I don't think she's a fan of it,
of the cover.
of the cover. I
What if
put
you
her
put a blanket?
blanket, I
Yeah.
put a blanket and then she laid on it. But when I put the cover, I was like, does she not know it's her bed?
Yeah,
Because it's
maybe she's
clean.
like, where is my bed?
And I ordered the cover and I measured it, and it like still, it's like sausaged
Right?
in there. Like it's like, if Greta
Well,
gets on it, it kind of lifts up. And I'm like, oh, well, oh, well.
what if you just leave it like unzipped?
Maybe that's a good idea. Well,
Yeah.
it's like a fitted cover.
Oh, it's not a
It's
zipper.
not a zipper, but
Maybe if you cut the elastic.
oh, that's a good idea. I could probably pull it all the way down. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
how she does with it. I really need to take her to go do a bath. But
Yeah.
otherwise, she's doing great.
Good.
We're all doing good. Arkham kind of got a little tail end of a cold, and so
Yeah.
or allergies. I don't know what it is, but we're moving through. We're moving through.
Yeah, I literally had the worst allergies on Friday. I woke up.
That did happen. Yeah.
That was the only thing that happened this week. And I can't even talk about it because it was so bad. My nose is like raw and dry. And I sneezed probably like 150 times. Not being dramatic. It was like Jamil was looking at me and he literally was like, I think you need to go see somebody because I've never met anybody that sneezed this much in one day. And I was like, I was like to the point where I know that it was getting annoying because every time he's
You
like,
hate that.
"How'd you?" And I'm like, I'm sorry. And Jamil's like, okay, enough, enough. And it was like 9 p.m. and I was like on my 140th sneeze of the day. And he was like, enough. I was like, I'm sorry. Just somebody take me out.
I was dying when you told me that because I literally think of you like years ago. You're like, my mom will sneeze like 4 times in a row. And I'm like,
Oh my
okay,
God.
mom, after 2 times, I'm not saying bless you, stop. And I was
Because
like,
I
that's all
will
I
sneeze and
thought
it'll
of.
be like achoo, and then it'll be like at least another like minute, and then I'll sneeze again. And I remember she'll just have she can't just sneeze once. Every time she sneezes, it's like four sneezes in a row. It's like achoo, 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 and I'm like, what the heck? Are you okay? Like, what is that? I'm like achoo, achoo, achoo. I'm like, Mom, please. And
Get
then
it
she's
together.
but yeah, so that was rough, but we made it
Ugh.
through. I took a Benadryl that night because I was like, I can't do this another day. Like
Ugh.
this is it ruined my whole day and it started my weekend out shitty. So
And of course, it couldn't be a work day. It had to be like a weekend day.
for real. So I was really annoyed about that. But we got through it and here we are. We're alive.
We're alive. We're on the other end. It's been a major lack of sleep this week, but we're here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We made it. We have coffee.
Friday night I went to sleep having major allergies. Then last night I went to sleep having a major migraine. Today I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna try to keep that up. Positive vibes.
Where everybody is on the mend. We're pushing forward. Next week's going to be amazing.
Yes.
And the burning question we all want to know, have you gotten one Christmas gift yet?
No, but I've made progress because I've thought about it. And I was like, should I order something like a few things on Amazon that I'm thinking about already? I
Yes,
haven't,
yes.
but I've had the thought. So
Because they
that's
could be
progress.
late, like your dress.
I know, seriously. So that's the thought, and that's the progress that we're making. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, should we get into the stories?
Let's jump into it.
Okay. Once again, stories aren't great.
It's the holidays, people.
Um, so I just grabbed random ones that I thought were good enough
Okay,
because
we're
some of
going with
them
it.
I don't know who these people are.
Go
You
ahead,
know,
keep going.
like
Sorry.
random stuff is like so and so takes their baby out for the first time. And I don't like who knows who those people are. You know, it's just like random things.
Yes.
It's just, or it's just like, oh, so and so makes a statement. I don't know. So,
I feel like that's how we know that we're getting older because, like, Dancing with the Stars, like this
mhm.
last season, I watched it towards the end, but in the beginning, I was like, I don't know who any of these people are. I
I didn't
don't
really watch it.
care.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it at all. I don't think this last one.
But by the end, I was like in love with certain people. But I was like,
Yeah.
in the beginning, I was like, who the heck are these people?
Yeah, it's yeah, really interesting. Um, so three stories, one of well, I don't ever know which one to go with first, so I'm just gonna go. First
Let's,
story that I would like to hear your thoughts on. Ellen DeGeneres.
oh
I'm
Lord.
not mean. I'm kind. Ellen DeGeneres is making lemonade out of lemons with her skincare line that's got super ironic branding. The talk show legend has a new ad out for Kind Science, which is funny considering she got canceled from Hollywood for being unkind. What's in a name anyway? Ellen's playing nice here, though, at least for the cameras in her living room, plugging her anti-aging products alongside Portia. The couple's now living in England, moving out of the US because of the
Oh,
election. Um, so it appears this ad was filmed before Ellen and Portia packed their bags and headed across the pond. So I guess there's an ad out, and it's her and Portia sitting on their couch in their living room here in their LA house, I'm pretty sure is what they're saying. Um, about her new skincare brand called Kind Science, but people are saying it's ironic, and she's the one that said, "I'm not mean, I'm kind." And I think that's in the ad. Like she's trying to be playful and funny about it because she knows
yeah.
that she was canceled for being unkind. But I'm curious what your thoughts are about Ellen DeGeneres. Also,
Well,
I think it's really random that she made a skincare line. I don't know how
I
not.
agree. That was my immediate thought is that I'm thinking about her skin. Like her wife is beautiful and has great skin. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff behind it. But
Yeah.
Ellen's kind of like the more manly one to me where she just like doesn't care about her skin. So,
Yeah, and it just, I don't love when celebrities jump into making a product, whatever
yes.
that might be, that they don't ever talk about. Or, it's like, oh, I didn't know Ellen was into skincare. It's like, does she even know anything about it, or is she just slapping something together to make income?
Yeah. Or did
Where it's
somebody
like
come with her and be
somebody,
like, I need your name?
right, where it's like somebody, maybe a celebrity that is really relevant in like the beauty industry and like makeup and skincare and like always posting about what they're using and stuff. If they make one, it's like, okay, they probably know what they're doing or talking about because they're like into it. So I don't think I would ever buy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Ellen.
wouldn't buy it. Sorry, Ellen. I don't hate Ellen. I used to
Yeah,
like her show,
me too.
somewhat. I loved with Twitch. That like broke my heart.
Me too.
RIP. That.
That was really sad.
However, I think she did show her true colors, but I think it's no more than anyone else in Hollywood that are kind to celebrities, but not kind to normal people like us.
Right. They have
I
very much like a superiority
yes,
around non-celebrities,
and that's why
especially
I love,
if you're working for them.
right? That's why I love comedians. Like the comedian world is just like my favorite. The podcasts I listen to are like all comedians because
Yeah.
they're very real. Like
Hmm.
I know Ellen was a comedian, but that show was not a comedy show. That was
Right.
literally her like making bank.
Yeah.
Also, I'm very curious because I've heard a lot of things about her being mixed up with the Diddy situation.
Yeah, I've kind of heard that too.
So I'm curious on that.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean, I guess
curious.
it will all come out eventually.
The truth will come out
Maybe
eventually.
that's why she moved to England.
That's what I was just about to say. Maybe they moved to England because of the election, but really it was because some shit's going down in Hollywood.
Also,
And
it's
she's
kind of
probably
ironic
probably in that.
that somebody that's not that kind gets in office and then you run.
Right.
But
Weird.
I her the whole thing with her and her wife seems kind of weird. I mean, maybe they're really in love. I don't know much about them. But I've seen the wife. I loved Scandal, and she was in Scandal.
I didn't watch that.
Oh my God, you should. When you're done with Desperate Housewives,
Yeah. I'll put it on
Scandal.
my list. Yeah, I agree. So sorry, Ellen, I'm not really here for
We're not
this.
rushing to buy it.
Um, at least she's kind of like taking it and like trying to make a joke out of it and not being like
I am
blind.
kind, you know?
Yeah. Like at least she knows what people are saying, but
Yeah, I feel like you have to go with there, like say what other people are saying so it doesn't hurt you, you know?
yeah.
But I'm sure they're fine. They'll
Say
be
it
fine
before the other
financially.
people say it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely.
You know what I'm curious on? Remember Andy, who she would send all the time to those haunted
Oh
houses and stuff?
yeah.
I wonder what his take on her is. Like, was she mean to him?
Yeah, I would love to hear
So we
his
could get him on the podcast. Just kidding.
Andy.
He probably had to sign NDAs like crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I wonder that. Like, was she mean to everyone on set or was she just mean to the smaller people,
Hmm.
which is even sadder?
Right. Exactly.
And mean people
Pick
aren't
on somebody your
happy.
own size, you know? Oh, Ellen.
Oh,
Okay,
Ellen.
well, let's
So
see.
that's a thumbs
Story.
down on the skincare line there.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, don't sponsor us.
Yeah. Story number two that I also thought was interesting because I've read some stuff about it in the past. Um, so Tori Spelling
Oh,
worried she's constantly letting her kids down following the divorce from Dean McDermott.
okay.
So I don't know if you've been up to date with Tori Spelling, but you know Tori Spelling's mom, Candy Spelling, or no?
No.
So Tori Spelling's mom, her dad passed away. Her
Mm.
dad, I forget what his work was in, but he had a lot of money and then I think the mom became kind of big, like an author or something like that.
Oh,
So the parents were rolling in money. They lived in this house called the Manor, and it's like 135 bedrooms. It's like the biggest
in
mansion.
LA.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like crazy, right? So she talked about like growing up in that house and like,
And is she an only child?
no, I don't think so. I think she has siblings, two siblings maybe. Um, So that was like really crazy. And then the dad passed away, so I think the mom inherited a lot, but they ended up like selling the house and it's gone through a few celebrities. But just to know, like her parents were really, really well.
Rolling.
So she has opened up. So she recently got a divorce and she's opened up about mom guilt as a single parent and her concern she's not providing enough stability for her five children.
I thought
Which
she had a lot.
Yeah. So, which can be hard, like no matter like your income status, I feel like five children, a divorce, like trying to be present, I feel like can definitely be hard. So, the actress 51 who brought her daughters Stella, 16, and Hattie, 13, with her to the iHeartRadio Jingle Ball 2024 in LA spoke about relying on her Stella to help pick up the slack at home on the latest issue of her Misspelling podcast.
Mm.
Spelling explained she had been working my butt off on a project for the last 3 months, and like many, a single mom has been asking her kids for help around the house. When I'm working and I'm gone all day, it falls a lot on my 16-year-old to really oversee the family. She said, I feel really guilty when I come home at the end of the day. Spelling shares Stella, Hattie, Liam, 17, Finn, 12, and Bo, 7, with her ex-husband, Dean McDermott, who's 58. People have babysitters or nannies or housekeepers or things like that, but we're just us. I know that's probably really hard for the public to understand, but it's true. So something that stood out to me about this,
That's surprising.
right? Well, let me tell you a little bit more. So something that stood out to me about this is that she has the two daughters, Stella and Hattie, 16. The 16-year-old is who she
Relies
relies
on.
on. Which makes sense. I feel like a lot of parents do that. Like if they need help and they have an oldest child, it happens. It sucks and it shouldn't, but it does. But also, then when I'm reading about the other kids,
A 17-year-old boy, right?
right, Liam. And that irks me so much that it always gets put on the oldest daughter, not the oldest child, the oldest daughter, because she has a 17-year-old son who apparently isn't given any of the responsibility, but it's all put on her 16-year-old daughter. So that's a whole nother story. But so um she has a podcast now. It's called Misspelling Podcast. But like when she started off, she had like multiple shows and multiple brand deals and stuff like that. And she was like really financially stable, especially in her relationship. But then once she got a divorce, I kind of think it all went downhill from there. And she said she had like a shopping addiction or something like that. So her credit cards were like through the roof. She was from Beverly Hills 90210.
Okay, I was gonna say that. That was my question is she from 90210?
Yes.
And she's
So
had a lot of battles with like anorexia, I feel like.
she's kind of like all over the place, and her financial situation has not been good. And it's like people know about it. It's not been good at all. So she was saying that they're like on this roller coaster with her. She
Yeah.
said that Spelling said due to the change in her marital and financial circumstances, she's concerned her kids are privy to more than I think that I'm comfortable with children being privy to, just because we move as a family unit now. I'm so used to getting such outwardly harsh responses to my life no matter what, said the Scary Movie 2 actress. Oh yeah, she was in Scary Movie 2. They're on this journey with me and I can't keep things from them. I have
I have
children that are
children that
old enough that they read things online. They read the false stuff, but they also read the true stuff. And she was actually at one point after the divorce living in and out of motels with her children. Like her finances were really bad. She
My
couldn't afford
God.
a house. She was like saying that like just in this industry for her, the income is really inconsistent. So then people kind of went to her mom, Candy Spelling, because she's rolling in dough. She's like really rich. And they were like, "Are you not going to help your daughter out? Like she's over here living in motels." So then Candy Spelling was like, oh my gosh, like of course I will. And I think just recently, like Tori Spelling moved into a house and it was probably with the help of her mom. It's interesting.
It's a lot. And I have a lot to say. One, like you said, it's wrong that she's depending on her daughter and not her son. It should be both of them if you're depending on any of your kids. Second of all, I was going to say, if you're having to put your kids in that position, maybe just hire someone, whether it's buy meal prep, something. However, the financial situation makes a difference. But also, maybe go get a different job. I mean, I know you're used to being rich and you're used to being in the industry, but guess what? The industry's ugly sometimes, and you got to go get other shit done for your kids.
I know that's what I was saying. Like I just feel like no matter how bad a situation can be, she's still in a really good
Privileged.
situation. Like she has a lot of like opportunities that a lot of other people don't and a lot of doors that could be opened.
She could
Um,
take a brand deal from something and make enough money to buy a house. I mean, she's choosing to stay in California and LA. You know what I mean?
right.
She
Right.
could go buy a house somewhere else, keep her podcast, do some brand deals.
Yeah, and she also just like was saying like about how after the divorce, she like her credit cards were like so stacked up. She was in like so much debt, and that's like also just really irresponsible.
It's so dumb to me because I feel like so many people are like, they're rich, this person's rich. It's like, are they rich or are they like flossy and they're actually in debt, even though no matter how
Right.
much money they make, they're just spending that shit.
Yeah, she was saying
So
that she owed like so much money.
the mom not helping her, I mean, I completely agree with that. It's like, sorry, I'm not gonna let you sink me too. Like maybe I would be like, I'll help my grandkids, so I'll buy a house, but it's
Yeah.
under my name and
Yeah.
it's for my grandkids, not you, because you're irresponsible. You're 50 something years old. Get your shit together.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously. That's what
And
I was
what about
thinking
the
too.
husband
Like
or the ex-husband? What is he? He's normal financially.
probably they didn't mention anything about him, and I don't really know who he is, but I'm like sure she's getting like child support and like I
Unless
don't
they have 50-50 and they're like, well, he's got to
know.
support the five kids just as much as you.
Mhm.
Is he also in the industry?
I'm not sure. I don't recognize his name.
That's
So I don't know.
interesting. But I mean, I hope the best for the kids. I hope they don't grow up with her issues as far as like the anorexia, that all that money spending. Hopefully they sometimes your kids have to see who you are and they can love you anyways, but they can make changes to be better themselves.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes, hopefully.
There is something interesting here. So it says that Spelling and McDermott, who's the ex-husband, tied the knot in 2006, but the final years of their marriage turned tumultuous, which
Tumultuous.
Dean has taken responsibility for. He says, all Tori's ever done to this day is want me to be happy and healthy, and I inflicted a lot of damage and pain on that woman, he admitted in 2023 last year.
So what's interesting is I remember them popping up in and out of tabloids like throughout our life of like they're gonna get a divorce and then they didn't, I think.
Hmm.
So that makes me very curious.
Yeah, he said, I'm taking accountability for that today, and it's the biggest amend that I'm ever
Is
going to
he
have.
cute? I
So, yeah,
mean,
that's story number two.
that is crazy though.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like
Um,
you picked good stories. These are like unexpected.
Thank you. Try. It's not easy. Story number three, which I thought would be fun to go through. It's the 11 most unique celebrity baby names of
Oh,
2024. So I would love to hear your thoughts on these names.
we'll give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yeah. So the first one, Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden,
I know
named
this name and I love it.
their child Cardinal Madden.
I love it. If it was approved in my house, I would use it.
Yes, it's their
It's
little boy's name.
it's our state bird, and we have a bird feeder, and they will come to the bird feeder, and they're just so gorgeous. The boy and the
Cute.
girl ones are so cute,
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a cute name.
and it's like not too off the wall. It sounds
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's cute. Um, Number two, Trisha Paytas and Moses Mackman. They named their daughter Elvis Paytas is the last name. Elvis Paytas Hackman, which is the two last names combined. So first name Elvis.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Um, I don't love it. I'm gonna give that one a thumbs down. I think it's cutesy, but like when she grows up and she's Elvis, I feel like that's not a great look. It's like you're named
I
after this man
know.
who died on the toilet because he was so unhealthy. And he stole music from like people of color.
Yeah,
So I feel
seriously.
like
Like that song,
mm,
"You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. Na, 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 na," was actually from a artist whose name was Big Mama Thornton. She's the actual creator of that song, and he took it, and then everybody thought that that was his song. I learned that in college because I took like this women's
music.
music class or whatever. And it makes sense because then I was listening to the song and she's saying, because she's a woman, she's saying, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, like coming around and like, I'm like, why would Elvis be saying that? Elvis is like, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Like,
He's a hound
why
dog.
would he be talking about another man? So I don't know, just
Not
not a
not
fan.
loving it.
Um, Number three, Darren and Mia Chris. I don't know who that is.
It almost sounds familiar, the last name, but I don't know.
They welcomed their little boy and they named him Brother Laszlo Chris.
Okay, I love Laszlo.
Yeah, I do not like the brother. Brother's the first name, Laszlo, middle name, Chris, last name.
I feel like people call their babies things and then they start to fall in love with it. You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Oh my God, that could be cute. That could be cute." Because they're calling it brother all the time. Like, "Oh, your brother, brother." And then they're like, "Hmm." But no, like what you're gonna have a girl and name her sister?
Yeah, it says
Thumbs
while
down.
fans thought the name was a typo at first, and Darren was sharing that his daughter, Bluesy, now had a brother, he quickly clarified things in the caption. M&D just delivered their follow-up single. Oh, I guess they're artists. And
Oh,
yes, his first name is Brother. I don't know, Brother, and then the daughter's name is Bluesy.
Lucy's kind of cute.
Yeah, Bluesy's not bad, but I don't know if I love her first name.
No, I feel like every time this is like I'm going there. But I cannot stand when people name their kids like blue. All I think of is blue balls.
Oh God.
That's what I think of. Or from Old School, You're My Boy Blue.
Oh
I
yeah.
always think of that. We had a friend in high school that they nicknamed her Blue, and I was like, it's the worst. It's a
It's
hard
the worst.
no.
Yeah, it's a hard no. Yeah, so I don't like Brother. All so number four, Francesca Farrago and Jesse Sullivan. I do know who this is because she was on Too Hot to Handle or Love Island or one of those like
Oh.
reality dating TV shows or whatever. She's really cute, really pretty. They just had twins.
Oh, God
Um,
bless you. Sorry, I think
a
somebody
little
sneezed.
boy and a little girl. I do think that these are cute, but they are a little out there. I don't think I would use them, but I think that they're cute, maybe. The little girl is Poetry Lucia or Lucia. I don't know how they're pronouncing it. Lucia. Poetry Lucia. And the little boy is Locket Romance. I don't love the romance. I
Me
think
neither.
Locket can be cute for like maybe a middle name or something.
I
Poetry,
like
I think is cute.
I like poet. I like the poet themed names like Sonnet. I think those are cute. I would never use them personally.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for me, but
Yeah.
poetry, I think I like poet more than poetry.
Yeah, I like both of those, I think.
But
So,
Locket is fine. I like Locke. Like I
yeah.
actually considered Locke as a middle name, but I just like once I did more research on John Locke and I don't know. But romance is like try too hard.
Yeah,
Like
I don't love
Locket
the romance.
romance.
Yeah.
She could have
I
done
don't love.
Romeo or something, some variation of romance.
Yeah.
Also, this is just something for me with names is that the middle name is so short compared to the sister's middle name.
Um,
I mean, so long compared to the sister's short middle
yeah.
name.
Yeah, Poetry Lucia Locket Romance. They said we thought Locket Romance just sounds like the coolest guy you've ever met. And then for Little Poetry, same thing with the word poetry. We just thought the feeling it gives you when you hear it and when you say it is so beautiful. And she's so beautiful, so it fits her. We
Hmm.
like names, obviously, that feel romantic in general. And Lucia or Lucia, her middle name, is Francesca's mom's name.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I don't think I would use, but don't hate them.
Yeah,
Number five,
better than brother. I think brother's my
right.
least favorite on this
Yeah,
list so
that one,
far,
no.
even surpassing
Number,
Elvis.
yeah, seriously. Number five, Nara and Lucky Blue Smith. Do you know who Nara Smith is?
I don't think
So
so.
she is really social media famous with her husband. They're young. They're like 23, 24.
Hmm.
And her husband's name is Lucky Blue Smith. So her name's Nara Smith. And they're both like models
Oh,
and they're really interesting. She like makes so many things from scratch, but like she like made this whole like TikTok thing because she would it's not real and like some people be like that's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, but it's not for real. She's doing it because it gets a lot of views and like people watch it, but she'll and it'll just get more
she's really
absurd.
pretty, but I've never seen, I don't know who she is.
Yeah, it'll get more absurd the videos because she'll wake up and be like, this morning my kids asked for um what will she say? She'll say like this morning my kids will ask for I don't know, like some random thing. And then she'll be like, and of course, like we didn't have any, so I decided to make it all from scratch. And she talks like really calm and soft, but it'll be like a process that takes like 5 hours and like she'll make it. It'll be like Cheez-Its or whatever. I don't know. I can't even think of things, but she'll do it. And then like she's obviously
Joking.
joking. But some people they're like, that's crazy. Like just go to the store and buy your kids the Cheez-Its instead of but like it gets her so many views. So like it'll get more absurd. And then she'll like in the video, she'll dress like super fancy and like be making them. But it just flies over some people's head. But they talked about like names in one of their videos that were like kind of off the wall. So they have always chosen unique names for their children. And their third baby that they just had, they named her Whimsy Lou.
I was trying to get P on board for Whim, and I was trying to get him on board for Whimsy or
Yeah, I think
Whimsical,
Whimsy is so cute.
and he was just a hard no. It's not changed at all. I couldn't get him to budget. I'm like, but Whim is so cute.
I
Whim
know
is
it is really cute. Yeah,
and like
Whimsy.
W's are unique. I just love
I
it.
know. Yeah, so I thought this one was really cute. They said they had almost named the little girl Tink Bo.
I'm glad they did not.
Yeah, me too.
Tink is hard. That's,
Tink.
I guess, like Tinker Bell,
Yeah.
but Tinker, no. Thank
Tink
goodness.
and then middle name Bo. Bow. Tink Bo. Number six, Cash Doll and Tracy T. Not sure who those are. They named their second child Clarity Doll Richardson.
I thought it was going to be a really white trash name based
Clarity
on
with
like, with a
yeah,
what?
K.
Oh, it is. Okay.
They said
Uh,
because 2024 would be her year of clarity.
okay, if we're gonna do a word name, I feel like we need to spell it correctly, in my opinion, because otherwise it's not the word. So I like Clarity, the name. I think it's a cute name if it's spelled like the word, but with a K, that kind of kills it.
Yeah, I don't really like it with the K. I don't know. I don't love. Number seven, Bethany Myers and Nico Tortorella.
They sound really familiar.
Yeah, they welcomed their second child, and they gave their son the name, uh, I do not know if I'm gonna pronounce this right. It's Pesce. Pesque?
Esk.
Pesque?
I think that would be fish in Italian.
Pesque Pearl Myers Tortorella. So Myers is the girl's last name, Tortorella is the guy's last name. So Pesque Pearl. No,
I was
I
thinking
don't
it was
know.
gonna be a cute name, but
I know, me too.
I mean, do you want to be named after a fish? Maybe like a specific fish? But when I hear pets, I think like of a cooked fish on a plate.
Yeah,
And I that's not what I want for somebody in life.
right.
Also,
Yeah.
that's a
So
very water name, like Pesque Pearl. Pearls also come from. Hmm.
yeah, it said had great significance to their family, that name. The name Pesque is Nico's grandfather's last name, his mother's maiden name. Kilmer is my grandfather's last name, my mother's maiden name. Bethany wrote, Pearl is a nod to my dad, whose middle name was Earl.
I mean, I don't know. What is your opinion on honor names, quote unquote, is what they're called. Like giving your child a name to honor someone else.
I I don't know because I feel like a lot of the times the child doesn't even really know that person. So they're like honoring somebody that like they don't even have a relationship with yet. Who knows if
Yeah.
they will, especially if they've already passed.
Yeah.
But I don't mind if there's a name that maybe signifies some type of something about somebody. But like, I don't love naming kids after somebody, like taking that exact name. Maybe if there's like a significance of something, like, yeah, I guess like, oh, if your grandma wore pearls all the time, that was her thing, and you love that name Pearl, like maybe that could signify her, but I don't love it either way.
I agree. I do not believe in naming your children after people. I I think it's especially like the junior thing, can't stand that.
Oh, I cannot stand it.
And then like there's a big trend going on like women are starting to do it.
No.
Their daughters. It's like choose a name so your child can be their own person.
Yeah, and stop naming like it just drives me crazy because like your child did not know this person a lot of the times. It's like,
And
oh,
like
that was
pick something I
great
like
grandfather. Okay, cool.
I like how you said like, oh, your grandma wears pearls all the time and you like that name. Perfect. Or like your grandma wears an amethyst ring, so you like amethyst. I
Right.
love
Like
that.
it
Like,
kind of be like, oh,
oh,
find her in that way.
because we
But
know
like,
we're not perfect people. I don't know. And then like I also think it's ridiculous when like people name their children something like it's like there's a big expectation to live up to, you know?
right.
So
It's just, yeah, sometimes it's just like that's somebody else's name already.
choose a different and I remember my aunt like she was saying that she thought about using a name about it like a family member and like it was somebody I think that had passed away. And she was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of like that name. That could work as like a child's name." And like apparently his sister, so like the name she was talking about, like pulled her to the side. She didn't say it in front of anybody else, but she was like, "Don't name a child after him, please. He's not."
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like when people pass away, everybody's like, "They're the best person." They're, and then like people know the truth. Like
Mm-hmm.
so we're a nay on family names. So also
Okay.
combining multiple family names, crazy.
Crazy.
We're
Too
not here
much.
for you.
Too much. Let's see. Number 8 is the people Bliss Poritizati and Zach Gotoyski. Oh, they're a Love is Blind couple.
Okay, I was like, I've never heard these names in
They
my life.
welcomed their daughter Galileo Terry Rain
Oh,
Goitoyski is the
okay.
last.
So last
So
name's the killer.
Galileo, yeah,
Let's
the
eliminate
both
those.
the woman and the man both have like crazy last names. The woman's last name is Poritizadi. It's Pour like pour, and then Eetezadi, and then Zach is Goy Goytowski, Goytowski.
Wow.
So, their daughter Galileo Terry Rain
I
Goytowski.
love.
I think it's really cute too.
Super cute. I could actually see you using that name.
Galileo,
Yeah.
Galileo, Galileo. Ugh. I don't know if I could use it because that's all I think about. Ugh.
Also,
Um,
I have to also mention this, which is ridiculous, but this is just my take. I don't like when people put both of their last names.
I don't like
Just
it either.
choose a last name instead, or make it their middle name, okay? But like, I don't know. We're strongly opinionated on names, and if we're offending you, sorry, but this is our opinion.
Yeah, I don't love it either, especially because something that I've realized, like as the woman, you might feel strongly about your last name too, which great by all means. But also, like, just because your child has the mother's last name, that's not really the mother's last name. That's the father's last name. It's always the man's last name. So there's never actually a real woman's last name. It's
Yeah,
like that's your father's last name. That's his father's last name. That's the father's last name. It's like from all the dads. So no woman truly has like their maiden name because it's not like,
doesn't exist.
yeah, they got their mother's last name. Oh, well, that was her dad's last name. So
Yeah,
you
that's
got your
true.
grandfather's last name. So it's not like you're ever getting like your woman last name. It's always gonna become like come from a man. So what, who cares?
Yeah. And if your
Um,
last name's better, choose that one. Like Paul would have been
yeah,
totally okay with choosing my last name, but I
yeah,
just like that ours starts with an A. I was always an R, so I was at the end of the thing in school, and I always
yeah.
wanted to be first.
Yeah.
So,
Um, yeah, I agree. Number 9, David Guetta and Jessica
oh,
Letton named their little boy. Ugh, some of these I just don't know if I'm pronouncing them right. Cyan.
that's like the color cayenne.
Cyan?
Cayenne?
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, but I'm like, I don't know. Cyan Geta. It says it's a seemingly a nod to the color that falls between blue and green on the visible light spectrum. David, who is also dad to 2 other children, and Jessica have been incredibly private about their journey and have not shared the name
Cyan.
behind science. So cyan Geta.
I mean, it's a beautiful color. That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure. And it's unique. And yeah, it is pretty.
It's an ink. The only thing that kind of bugs me is it's like an ink color. You know what I mean? It's in like the, but I think it's a cute name. I think it's short.
Yeah.
The only thing is it's hard to pronounce. It's hard for people to,
Yeah, you don't know what the pronunciation is when you read it.
but I'm not
Um,
mad at it.
number 10, Brittany Griner and Sherelle Griner welcomed their son, Bash Raymond Griner. I do
It's a
not
no.
want Bash.
It's like to me, it says like bashful or like I'm gonna bash in your head. No, thank you.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't like the name Bash.
I like Dash. I think Dash is better.
I don't even like that.
Also,
It
it's
just
giving me
reminds,
reindeer vibes.
yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of reindeer, and for some reason it reminds me of um what is that show called? Oh my gosh,
Mash.
I'm blinking. No.
That's like a really old show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it'll come to me. That show will come to me.
Is there somebody specific in it?
No, it's just the most random show. I don't know why I think of that. Maybe the little boy's name is that in there. Um, the Flintstones.
Oh, Bam Bam.
Bam Bam, that's what it's reminding me of. Number 11, Daniel Wheatley and Adwa Aboa
I like her name.
is a model. Her name is Adwoa. Adwoa.
Adwa.
I don't know. They welcomed their first child, their little girl. They named her Shy Trinity Afua Wheatley. Wheatley is the last name.
How is
Shy Trinity Afua, Afua, Afua. I don't
must
know.
be French.
Shy Trinity,
How is shy spelled? I'm curious.
regular, Shy.
Mm. I it sounds cute. Shy is kind of like a popular name, but not
Yeah.
spelled like that. But
Hmm.
my issue is why do you want to put this virtue on your child to be shy? Being shy, like to me, is not a great feature in somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it sounds cute. Like, what's your name? Shy. But knowing that it's Shy, I don't know. I like the spelling. I think it's a
And
cute,
it's a
like,
cute name. Like it's like Sky,
yeah,
like giving me vibes like Sky.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 with it. I don't like Trinity.
No, Trinity to me is like the most basic name.
Yeah, and it says the other name, Afua or Afua, comes from an AKAN, Akon tradition. Afua means born on Friday.
Okay. I mean,
Linked to fertility by its variant Efua with an E, Afua celebrates the value of life, the gift of birth, and existence itself.
I like that better.
Yeah, so that's all the names. That's all 11.
Okay, what's your top boy and top girl name off that list?
Mm,
I think I have my two.
what are yours?
Boy 100% is Cardinal. I don't know if I would use it for a boy though, but
Yeah,
on that list, Cardinal, and then girl is Galileo.
I'm tied
Oh,
between.
actually, incorrect. Whimsy. Yeah.
I was shocked you didn't say that. Um, I'm tied also between Galileo and Whimsy for the girl. For
Love.
the boy, none really stood out to me for the boy. So I'm just gonna say Cardinal, I guess.
I thought you might say the color one,
Cyan?
cyan, but then it
Mm.
reminds me of Scion,
Yeah,
which
I
is
don't
an
know.
ode
I
to
think
your
it's unique.
car.
And like if I met somebody with that name, I'd be like, oh, that's an interesting name, but I would never. I don't
Is
like
it?
Cyan. I don't like it. It like bothers me when I say it.
I don't want to say it that way. Like when I see it, I would never say that.
Yeah, me either. But
Like
also
their names,
like cayenne pepper.
spicy. They'll be spicy.
Yeah, so those are all the names. Those are the 11 most unique celebrity baby names of 2024. I also
Okay.
really like the poetry Lucia or Lucia
I also
as
liked
a
Locket.
whole, but I don't know if I would actually use those.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love names. I'm literally on Baby Center when I cannot sleep voting on people's names.
Ew, I should do that.
Oh my God,
Um,
it's fun. You
hey,
should do that because you have no names in the
I
bank,
know I have
girl.
no. They're just gonna have to come to me. What
No
is
name.
our hot topic of
Wait,
the?
before the hot topic, we have got to
Oh
say
yeah!
who is our football team prediction for the Super Bowl?
Oh
Here
my
we
gosh,
go.
I feel like we could have done this in the beginning.
We could have, but we're here.
It's fine, we're here.
Do you want to
Okay.
say them at the same time?
Okay. Do you want to say one at a time?
Okay, let's do the first one. One, two,
One, two, three.
three.
Detroit
Baltimore Ravens.
Lions.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
Okay. The next
One,
one. One, two,
two, three. Green Bay
Kansas Chiefs.
Packers. Okay, we're not. We literally thought we were gonna have the same teams, and there could not be more opposite.
They could not be more opposite. Okay, yeah. I am going with Detroit Lions versus the Kansas Chiefs.
I think it's I thought about picking the Chiefs, and then I was like, Sierra, go different because maybe this year is gonna be different.
Maybe.
We need to consult the expert. Can you call the expert in? What's his position?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have the professional sports expert footballian person here to tell us who he thinks. And we'll see if any of
And
our
I
teams are
want to
right.
see if he thinks our teams are viable or what he thinks about our
I
picks.
think he'll say mine because are viable because he helped me research them.
Who
Go
do
ahead.
I think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
Yes, just say the two teams you think right now.
I think that there's a good chance. Oh man, it's tough.
Just say it. Just say, boom, go.
I think we have a repeat of 2022 Super Bowl.
Well,
We
nobody
don't
knows
know
it.
what that
Just
is.
say the teams
Kansas
already.
City and the Eagles.
Oh, dang it. Mine was Kansas City and Detroit Lions.
I think so. This is what I think.
Where are the Eagles from?
I think it'll either be
Philadelphia.
Kansas City against Detroit or Kansas City against Philly. And if not, it's going to be the Bills against Detroit or the Bills against the Eagles, Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
It's going to be
So
either of
none of my
those.
teams.
Here's the Green Bay Packers and who?
And the Ravens.
And the Ravens.
That could happen. That I mean, you really just never know. You really, really just never ever know. That could happen. That could happen. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think the Ravens could get the Ravens are one of the better teams in the AFC, but their record doesn't indicate how good they actually are.
Okay.
They're a good playoff team and they typically, get pretty far, although they can't beat Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is like the best. That's why everybody chooses the Chiefs because they have Patrick Mahomes
Didn't even know he was on the
and
Chiefs.
somehow they always just seem to
I
make
do
it
know
happen.
Patrick Mahomes really well.
They seem to always make it happen. But anything can happen. Eagles are playing right now. Lions just played on Thursday, so
Okay, thank you. That's
yeah,
all.
no
So
problem.
there you have it, guys.
That's our experts' uh, advice or comment.
Yeah, so could be anything.
Could be anything.
Um, okay,
Okay,
so into the hot topic really quick.
so this week is inspired by our coffee shop goer.
Yes, I went this morning and I saw in their pastry section they had a pistachio croissant and it was huge. It was like this big and it had beautiful green swirls on it and
Yum.
it looked so good. But I've never tried pistachio flavored like desserts or pastries, and I know that's the thing right now. Everybody loves a pistachio flavored ice cream, a pistachio flavored coffee. Like people love their pistachio, at least here in LA. I've never tried, nor have I been around somebody that's gotten one to try it. So I'm curious if you are for pistachio flavored things or not.
Okay, so here's my thing with some of the pistachio stuff that's in baked goods. I feel like they're dyed a lot of the time, unfortunately. Kind of like the mint, you know, how they dye it to make it green. I had never had pistachio till I had Arkham because his favorite flavored ice cream is pistachio.
Yeah, see, that's so random.
But if you're in or near Santa Barbara, California, shout out Tangi Gelato. They are the best. That is the best gelato ice cream we've ever had. That's the
Yum.
only place we've gotten pistachio ice cream just like in the carton and it's we don't like it, none of us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to learn to make some. Also, P just loves pistachios. Like I bought him a huge bag from Costco and he's going through it. That's what I was gonna ask you. Do you like plain pistachios?
I do, but I'm not gonna buy them.
Okay. So I
Nor
think you
am
would
I gonna
like it.
about them or crave them. If they're there and presented to me, I'll grab one and eat it. And I won't mind it. But I'm not reaching or thinking about it.
I think you would like it, but I don't think you will love it. Like, I don't think you would go out of your way to be like, I'm gonna go buy that pistachio pastry because it sounds so good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like nut flavored things.
Really? Do you like marzipan?
I don't hate it.
I love it.
You do?
Yes, marzipan is literally my favorite. Like my childhood thing is that my family always bought a big box of See's candy marzipans and we all shared it. So like on all the holidays, that's like what we used to share when I was little.
I don't know. I'm like, I have mixed feelings. I've never loved it, but I'm not like, that's disgusting. But I'm just like, meh, I'll probably pass.
Oh my God, I'll eat the whole bar. So good. So maybe I think you would take a bite of pistachio ice cream, but I don't think
Yeah.
you're going back for more.
Yeah, possibly. So I'm gonna say
To know.
until I try it, it's a no for me on the pistachio flavored things. You like it.
I love it. I will say I think I did get their I think I did get the pistachio cold foam at some point from Starbucks, and
Mm.
I didn't love that.
Yeah.
Like we talked about, this is not really real flavorings,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I love pistachio, and I really want to make like our own pistachio gelato when the kitchen gets its stuff together. So, because Arkham asks for it all the time. Also, my dad, when they were in Hawaii, they bought me some halva, which is ground sesame seeds, and it's like Armenian slash Mediterranean. So good. It's
Really?
like a dessert, but it's so healthy for you. Like the benefits of like sesame seeds. So they asked like what flavor we would want to try because they were like in love with it. My stepmom had it before because she's Greek and she's, had it in Greece, I think. But so they were like in love with like the dark chocolate. I forgot what other flavors they were loving. But they're like my stepmom was like, I tried the pistachio one, but meh. And I was like, that's the one we want. So they sent the pistachio one and it kind of just has chunks of pistachio. It's not super flavored, but we love.
Interesting. Yeah. So let us know, vote if you're for the pistachio flavored stuff or if you're not really for it. Because
And
I feel like a lot of people in LA are all about their pistachio flavored desserts.
that's interesting. I didn't realize it was an LA thing right now. You have the inside scoop.
Yeah.
And for our last poll results, do you save and eat leftovers? We're at 100% yes.
Good.
So
Glad to hear
good.
it.
We're not wasting food.
All right. Well, I feel like that wraps up. I think this was a little bit of a longer episode again. So sorry if we're like really lagging and
Craving.
taking up the time. Um, But go vote and tune in to
Follow
Spotify.
us.
Yeah, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
The only thing I was gonna say is maybe we should start taking weekly pictures and posting like the Thanksgiving one and posting something about our week or something about us
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Good. Yeah, on like Mondays we could post.
Yeah, I love that. And then if we have special events or things going on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for listening, guys. And we'll see
See
you
you
in the
next
next.
week.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.